7.2 magnitude earthquake.
A 7.2 magnitude earthquake.
To rescue in Taiwan after its strongest earthquake in 25 years.
4 people are dead and dozens are injured. Seismologists say the earthquake is the strongest to hit the...
How strong is 7.2 magnitude earthquake? What city in Taiwan was the earthquake today? How many people died in Taiwan earthquake? Why is Taiwan having so many earthquakes? Which part of Taiwan affected by earthquake? What earthquake killed the most people? Why did the earthquake in Taiwan happen? Everything we are discussing on this video. Rescuers in Taiwan scrambled to free dozens of people trapped in highway tunnels after the island was struck by its strongest earthquake in 25 years Wednesday, killing at least 9 and injuring more than 900 others. The powerful 7.2 magnitude tremor shook the island's east coast, hitting at 7:58 a.m. local time 18 kilometers 11 miles south of Hualien City and at a depth of 34.8 kilometers 21 miles, according to the U.S. Geological Survey (USGLO). It was followed by several strong aftershocks with tremors felt across the island, including by CNN staff in the capital Taipei. Since the initial quake, there have been 29 aftershocks greater than a magnitude of 4.0 near the epicenter, according to the USGS. These aftershocks, one was above 6.0 and 13 have been at or above 5.0 magnitude. Taiwan's National Fire Agency said in an update on Wednesday that the death toll had risen to 9, while 934 people have been injured. The National Fire Agency did not indicate the severity of the injuries. Meanwhile, 75 people stranded in various tunnels in Hualien County have been rescued by emergency responders as of 7 a.m. ET, 137 people remain trapped. Among those trapped were 50 employees of the Silks Place Hotel Taroko, who were traveling in 4 minibuses. Authorities have been unable to reach them by phone and have listed them as trapped for the time being. 2 German citizens that were caught up earlier in a tunnel in Hualien County have been rescued, the NFA added. All the deaths were in Hualien County, among them 3 hikers killed by falling rocks in the tourist hotspot Taroko Gorge, the NFA said. Falling rocks also killed a truck driver in front of a tunnel on the east coast of Suwa Highway, it added. Reports of extensive damage have also emerged, with collapsed buildings in Hualien County, thousands of homes left without power, and a major highway closed due to landslides and rockfalls, according to Taiwanese officials. Meanwhile, rescuers were en route to 12 people, including 2 Canadians stuck on a trail in Taroko Gorge. Taiwan's Central Weather Administration spokesperson warned that powerful aftershocks as high as magnitude 7 are expected to occur until the end of the week. There was really strong shaking. We quickly turned off the gas and electricity and opened the door. It was really strong. It felt like the house would fall down. Taipei resident Cheng Yulin said on CNN affiliate Taiwan Plus, "It's been a long time since we've had an earthquake, so it felt really scary," she said on Taiwan Plus. The quake prompted initial tsunami warnings in Taiwan, southern Japan, and the Philippines, with waves less than half a meter observed along some coasts and prompting airlines to suspend flights. All tsunami warnings were later lifted. In Taiwan, military personnel were dispatched to help with disaster relief, and schools and workplaces suspended operations as aftershocks hit the island, according to the Defense Ministry. Taiwan's outgoing President Tsai Ing-wen said Wednesday she had ordered her administration to immediately get on top of the situation and understand local impacts as soon as possible. Tsai also told the administration to provide necessary assistance and work together with local governments to minimize the impact of the disaster. Taiwan, a self-ruled island east of mainland China, is home to about 23 million people, most of whom live in the industrialized cities of its west coast, including the capital. The island is regularly rocked by earthquakes due to its location on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which runs around the edge of the Pacific Ocean and causes massive seismic and volcanic activity from Indonesia to Chile. Wednesday's quake is the strongest to hit Taiwan since 1999. According to the Central Weather Administration, that year, a 7.7 magnitude quake hit south of Taipei, killing 2,400 people and injuring 10,000 others. The full extent of the damage is still being assessed, with road and rail closures curtailing access to the quake's epicenter in Hualien County. More than 100 buildings were damaged across the island, the National Fire Agency said, with about half of those in Hualien County. Search and rescue operations were ongoing Wednesday afternoon at the 9-story Uranus building that had partially collapsed, trapping residents, Hualien County Magistrate HSU Chen Wei told reporters. So far, 22 people had been rescued from the building, according to the NFA. More than 91,000 households are without electricity, according to Taiwan's Central Emergency Command Center. The government-operated Tai Power Company is working to restore power, it added. Posted on social media showed several collapsed buildings in Hualien and residents, helping trapped people escape through the window of a damaged apartment complex. The quake struck during the morning rush hour, with videos showing vehicles bouncing on a vigorously shaking highway, an overpass swaying in Taipei, and commuters struggling to stand inside a juddering Taipei metro train. Meanwhile, video broadcast by CNN affiliate TVBS showed cell phone and security camera footage of the moment tremors struck homes and businesses across the island. One clip showed power lines swaying violently above a street, and another saw chandeliers shaking in a restaurant. Large boulders could be seen strewn across the eastern Suwa Highway, with several tunnels broken, including one split in half, TVBS footage showed. CNN affiliate Set News shows the front of a car smashed by fallen rocks. Another highway connecting the west coast with eastern Taiwan was also damaged by falling rocks, with at least 12 cars hit and 9 people injured, TVBS reported. The quake sparked tsunami warnings across the region as authorities ordered evacuations. In Taiwan's Chenggong, about 100 kilometers 62 miles south of the quake's epicenter, waves reached almost half a meter. The Central Weather Administration advised residents to evacuate to higher ground. The Japan Meteorological Agency also issued a tsunami alert for the southern Miyakojima and Okinawa Islands, warning of waves up to 3 meters, nearly 10 feet high. A 30-centimeter, nearly 1-foot wave impacted Okinawa, the first tsunami observed there in 26 years, the agency said. Several hours later, the U.S. Tsunami Warning Center said the tsunami threat had largely passed. But people in coastal areas should remain alert. All flights from Okinawa and Kagoshima prefectures were suspended following the tsunami warnings in the area. Japan Airlines said Okinawa's Naha Airport resumed flights after the tsunami warning was downgraded to an advisory, but Wednesday's quake struck Taiwan's rural east coast. The island's west is where most people live, home to the largest cities, an extensive high-speed rail network, and much of the industrial heartland. Most of the destruction and deaths occurred in remote rural areas in the wider Hualien County. The victims were mostly killed outdoors by falling rocks or landslides. 4 of them were hiking in Taroko Gorge, 4 died on mountainous highways, and another was working at a remote quarry, according to authorities. So far, only 1 person was killed in a collapsed building, the Uranus building in downtown Hualien. She initially escaped but went back to rescue her pet cat, CNN affiliate Set reported. Taipei 101's slight sway during the earthquake is a feature, not a flaw, of its design. Constructed primarily from reinforced concrete, the skyscraper's ability to flex in response to seismic activity while maintaining rigidity against high winds and typhoons is central to its survival. This principle of moving with rather than against seismic forces is a cornerstone of traditional architecture in East Asia's earthquake-prone regions. Earthquakes are caused by a sudden release of stress along faults in the Earth's crust. The tectonic plates are always slowly moving, but they get stuck at their edges due to friction. When the stress on the edge overcomes the friction, there is an earthquake. The resulting waves of seismic energy propagate through the ground and over its surface, causing the shaking we perceive as earthquakes. The main causes of earthquakes are: rescuers searched Thursday for dozens of people still missing a day after Taiwan's strongest earthquake and a quarter-century damaged buildings killed 10 people and left others stranded in remote areas. In the eastern coastal city of Hualien near the epicenter, workers used an excavator to stabilize the base of a damaged building with construction materials as officials took samples of its exterior, and chickens pecked among potted plants on its slanted roof. A powerful earthquake struck off Taiwan early Wednesday, rocking the entire island and collapsing buildings. Japan issued a tsunami alert for the southern Japanese island group of Okinawa,